Okay, so this video is a video I've wanted to do for a while, and I wanted to give shout outs to Retro Game Repair Shop. They have all the tools you need for this kind of job. I've never done this before, so this is my first time. Figured I'd record myself, and hopefully I do well. If I mess it up, I can try it again when I get more parts. But we're gonna see what happens. This is what it came in. Very, very nice. I love the packaging. Everything is beautiful. So let's open this up. First thing you see when you open it up, we got this little sticker, which is a shock. Like, this is amazing. It's a link to Zelda. Is my favorite favorite game series of all time. This is a little card. They want reviews. Good reviews for the products are highly appreciated. They're smaller business. It's not like they make a lot of money doing this. They do it out of passion and love. This is the new lens, which looks like it's good. So I'm going to clean the front of the case before I can put this on. This will be the last thing I actually put onto the Game Boy. This is the little mount for the screen. Not 100% sure how this all goes, but like I said, we're going to figure it out. We're going to start laying things out the way we need them. I have my soldering iron here because we have a new speaker. Going to replace the speaker. I got to find my solder, and my flux is right over there. But this is the screen. This is the big boy. This screen is backlit. It's apparently a little bit bigger. I think the dimensions of the lens here are slightly different to make up for it. And I think that's why I ordered the bracket. I believe that you need a new bracket for this for the full screen to be seen. I ordered new contact pads. I cleaned the ones on there now, and they work really well. But even though they work really well, I wanted to be sure. So I went ahead and ordered new contact pads. And of course, we got the main board. This is going to completely replace one of the boards inside of the Game Boy. Basically, all of the Game Boy stuff, the boards and like the Game Boy hardware is on a board that's in the back. The board that holds the screen also holds the contact pads for the controller. So I figured if I'm gonna change out the controller, might as well change out the contact pads. I'm gonna keep the original buttons. Very, very happy for that. This is very well packaged, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to kind of set things aside. This card, RetroGameRepairShop.com. Hopefully I have no problems. Anyway, I'm gonna close that up. Now, I should have a video kind of playing, showing off the condition of the original screen with and without the lens on it, so you can see exactly how bad it actually is. So that is, I hope you get a really good idea of how bad it is. The screen works, but there's like a rot going on the side of it. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to be reviewing this footage later, so we'll see. But right here you can see where the screen's starting to just rot off. So I'm going to actually preserve this screen, take it out, and I'm going to set it to the side along with the board. I'm going to wrap it up and put it away, try to keep them from going any worse than they already are. I use Easy Flash Juniors to kind of test it out so that I can test it with just about any game. But I chose Pokemon Yellow because I think Pokemon Yellow is a great game to kind of test out the quality of it. I'll try some other games too. They do not, I know I'm mix and matching batteries. Kind of what I had laying around. I just needed batteries that kind of worked. So we'll set those to the side because they actually work. I've already cleaned the plastics on this. This looked way worse. I still need to get like the adhesive here off so that it fits flush, the new lens, so that it's flush whenever I put it on, because it's got its own new adhesive on it. But I've already cleaned the plastics. I didn't retrobrite it because it looked like it might have needed retrobriting, but after I took it apart, it looks fine. Like, you hold this up against it, you can tell a little bit of a yellowing or browning effect, but for the most part, this Game Boy was taken care of. So I want to take a second to kind of talk about this before I really tear it apart. Actually, I'll do it as I tear it apart. This Game Boy was a gift from a very, 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 very close friend of mine. We don't talk much anymore, but I still consider her a friend, and she sent me this gift one year for my birthday, and I absolutely love this thing. I don't normally use it too much, but I will turn it on and make sure it works from time to time, and it's just very neat as a collector to have the DMG Game Boy. This is indeed a pill box, and it's nice to use things like that you can separate screws. There's only 2 screw types in this console, in this handheld, so you only need to worry about separating 2 different screws. So, but yeah, she sent me this for my birthday one year, a couple of years ago, and I've cherished it. And one of the things I've wanted to do for a long time, I just never had the funds or the time, is to replace the screen, because the screen was going bad. So that's exactly what we're doing today. Okay, so we got all the screws out that hold it together. Be very careful not to lose these screws. You can order more, but if you order them from China, you might be able to get them for like a few dollars. But the actual screws for this, the set, is about $13, I believe, on their website. This is an American company. Anyway, they are an American company, so they keep a lot of this stock on hand. They do sell out, because they can only keep so much. So when you take a Game Boy apart, you've got to be very careful, because there is right here this ribbon cable. So you need to gently pull this ribbon cable out. Alright, so this part, this whole section here is going to be changed out. The speaker, everything is going to be changed. This, I shouldn't have to touch anything here. This should stay exactly the same as it is right now. So this is all getting changed. So that's the goal today. I am debating, I think I need to go ahead and solder the speaker, the new speaker right here. Funny Play is the brand. They're very, very neat. I believe I need to solder this speaker into the front part before I do a full install. But what I want to do first is I want to go ahead and test the screen. I don't know how they exactly expect us to test it without all the tools. I don't have all the tools, so maybe send it to a professional if you want this kind of work done. I'm thinking I can just kind of connect things, turn it on, and it'll pop up at that point. So this screen should plug into here. I don't know if there's an extra ribbon cable. Looks like there is. So it doesn't look like I need that ribbon cable anymore. It can get put up. So let's go ahead and pull that ribbon cable out. Not sure which one I should put in first. Well, okay. Here's the screen. It does have a screen protector on it. I'm gonna leave that on for now. So this, I believe, connects to this. So does that mean the screen goes that way? Then it connects like that? Is that what we're dealing with? I believe that is. I believe that's what we're dealing with. Be very careful with this. Fortunately, these screens are not expensive, so if something was to happen to your screen, if you made a rookie mistake, which I could always make myself, then you can easily buy more. Maybe it does go this way. Maybe I'm trying to force it on the wrong way. Let's see. Looks like I might do that and then turn it that way. Let's see. I did watch an install video on this, and it seemed pretty basic for the most part. Okay, yeah, okay. So that went on, and then it goes like that, and then this plugs into this, most likely like that, and then this cable folds over and goes into there. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Like I said, I've never done anything like this, so I'm trying to be as careful as possible. But there's probably somebody who's done this professionally, probably screaming at the screen right now. They're like, what the hell are you doing? You're gonna break it. So you gotta break loose this right here. It's That's nice that they have the breakaway, because Nintendo didn't normally have these locks for these I forget the exact term, but it's like no stress, like a no stress ribbon cable. No stress ribbon. All I'm trying to do is get the get this plugged up enough so that I can turn it on and test that it works. So I'm going to pop the batteries in for now. Like I alluded to at the beginning of the video, it is it is suggested, and it's not a good idea to mismatch batteries. You can use cheap batteries, but it's a very bad idea to mismatch them. Only reason I'm mismatching them is because I literally did not have 4 good batteries of the same kind. All of these were brand new batteries, and it's mainly for testing purposes. I'm not going to have it on long enough to actually hurt anything. I'm not going to drain these batteries into it, and generally if you use it for 1 or 2 sessions, it's not really going to hurt it. There's always that chance though, so if you're worried about electrical stuff like that, absolutely take your time, go out to the store and buy more batteries. Don't be a dummy like me. There's also if you're more advanced, or if you want someone more advanced to do it, they can actually power it through other devices that can click into the actual power sources on the board. So now that I have the screen attached to this, I can examine this first off. So it goes like that, so it goes that way, which means it probably goes that way as well. Not 100 on that. Does it go like that? Looks like it goes like that. So I probably should have put this in first before I put the screen in, huh? Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I probably should have had this in first. I want it carefully. Looks like they might have pins on both sides, so it might be foolproof, and I don't even realize it. This ribbon cable seems, it could just be me, but this ribbon cable seems weaker than the official ribbon cable. It definitely seems to be thinner here than this. Oh, it definitely is. So if you wanted to use the original cable, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. Unless this one can just carry a higher current. The screen, I think, might use a higher current. It probably does. It's backlit. So, but this part of the video, we are literally at the testing phase. So hold it in a way to where you have as much slack as possible for the ribbon cable, so that you can ensure that the ribbon cable goes all the way in. You don't want it sticking out. It looks like it does stick out a little bit, but the original sticks out a little bit as well. Moment of truth, if it blows up, it blows up. And as you can see, it looks like it works. Let's put the game idea of if it works. Yep. You can see Nintendo really well. Easy flash, very easy to see. I don't know how easy it is to see on up there. This saving thing never seems to work right on it, which is fine. Most of the games I want to play don't save, and the ones that do save, the ones that do save, okay, I need the contact pads to actually move around, but it looks like it's working. Looks like it's very clean looking screens. And the next thing I need to do is examine it, get this screen kind of adhesive to the board, but I need to make sure to do it in a way to where it lines up correctly. So that's what I need to do. Yeah, I could see everything much cleaner. Yeah, it's a very, very nice screen. I'm impressed. Color me impressed. And this right here is supposed to like change the stuff like brightness all the way up, and then we can turn the brightness down. I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know, does it click in? It does click in, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. You're supposed to be able to change like the color of the like the colors that are used, because this is actually a color screen. Which is a little funny for I don't have yellow, but we'll start blue. I'll do yellow next time. It's under the Game Boy Color. You see, it's working, and this is indeed the way that you need it up. So I need to put this on, and yep, see, it's working. It's blue. Blue version is blue. That is fucking gorgeous, guys. So we'll go ahead and turn it off. we'll disconnect this for now. We'll go ahead and pull it out. Not gonna be a whole lot of that. The next time it gets plugged in, it's going to stay plugged in. Now, I wanted to make sure that that worked. I got to solder the speaker down here. It kind of tells you everything should be labeled. Let's see. Okay, so this is gonna be the next thing I do. So all this stays the same, so this can literally just be set to the side. I'll pull the batteries out and we'll set it to the side. We'll come back. Oh, it looks like that didn't clip back in right. Might have to replace the these. I don't know how easy it is to find them. Yeah, that just comes right out, even though it's put in there correctly. So what am I talking about? Here, this right here is what locks it. So I'm gonna pull it up. Shouldn't have to pull it up too much. I must have bent it too far when I took it out to clean it. You don't want to drop these into the you want to make damn sure not to drop these into water. There it goes. This right here feels loose. That's not loose anymore. This is loose, but it's fine. If it ever falls out, I'll do that same trick, but it should be fine for now. So this is good. We'll set it to the side. This is the next part. Next part, need to solder the speaker to it. So I'm gonna end the recording for this session and then pick up in just a moment after I find my solder, because of course I'm gonna need solder. Give me just a moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so you might hear my dumb friends in the background, but just ignore them. So I was working on the screen. We got it in the mount. Yep, dumb friends. I love you guys. But anyway, I just got them in the background. If you hear them, don't pay them no mind. So next thing, I was going to solder this, but I can't seem to find my solder right now, so I'm gonna have to come back to that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out. This has to come out. But there's several screws in here, so just okay, so this board comes out. We got this screen. I'm gonna take this out, guys, and I'm going to set it to the side because it is still good, but as you can see, the screen is starting to deteriorate here. I'll take higher quality pictures with my iPad and put them in here so you can get a real good look at what I'm talking about. But let's get this speaker out because the speaker's being changed. Everything's being changed on it. All right, these have come out. We're gonna replace them. Buttons, we are not replacing. So the buttons and the D-pad, those are not being changed at all. We'll drop them in this, set it there, and I need to test. So the screen should fit into these. See these little 4 posts right here? I believe they line up with this, so it would just line up. I believe they lined up, but I could be wrong, huh? I guess they don't line up. They do not line up. Okay. Well, since they don't line up, I need to examine this a little bit more and figure out exactly how it goes together. But oh, they do line up. Okay, they do line up. So here's the issue I was having. These line up in the back right here. I was thinking they line up here. So this is how the mount goes on the screen. If you turn it around, that's not working. That's not working at all. Did I break the screen, guys? Let's see if I broke the screen. Doesn't look like I broke the screen. Okay, so this was something I wasn't paying attention for. I'm pretty sure they mentioned it. I gotta cut these. I gotta literally cut these off. So I'm gonna come back after I remove these and flatten them. Okay, this took a while. I don't have any fancy tools, so I ended up using my blade. Unfortunately, it's a brand new blade, so it actually went really well. I know I cut more than I actually needed to, but I cut it up to where to fit right, and it certainly does. So what we're gonna do next, I'm going to have to eventually stop and literally go out and find my solder, because I don't know where my damn solder is. But this needs to get put on this. So we're going to go ahead and remove. Okay, be more careful than me and don't be as much of a dumbass. This video is gonna do well. Anyway, this is like solid glass, where this feels like plastic. This feels like glass, which means, knock on wood, this should not scratch up anywhere as easy as that. Glass usually does not scratch up that easily. So we're going to put it in and press down and let that kind of settle. I'm gonna have to make sure to clean it real well on the inside. I think I got some fingerprints on it, unfortunately. This is going on really well. It is a bigger screen diameter, which is why I had to cut it. With that and the fact that these pegs here literally prevented me from connecting this. So we're gonna look at it. As you can see, looking at it, I actually cut away more room than I needed to, but that's okay. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna lay this down. I've cleaned the inside. We're gonna remove this. See how new that screen is, how clean it is. We're gonna fit it on here so you can't see too well, but I gotta be careful. Try to hold it at an angle. And with that, the screen is installed. I can wipe the fingerprints off the front glass. I like that this is glass. So the bad thing about it being glass is that it's easier to break, right? Whereas the normal Game Boy, when you drop it, you're not gonna crack the screen, you know? Now you can actually crack the screen, but this isn't gonna get dropped. So this is one major part done. I've got to stop because I've got to find my soldering iron to install my speaker. So I'm gonna go find that, and once I find that, we'll come back. Okay, so I found it, as you can see right here. I got the don't need that. That's to remove solder if I use too much. But we got the solder, we got the soldering pin. I do have the paste back here if I needed it. I don't think I really need the paste for what I'm doing here. I think for what I'm doing here, this pin should be just fine. You don't need anything too nice. Okay, so if you're gonna do something like this, something that is kind of suggested from me anyway. First, you want to have a oh yeah, and here I am losing all my screws. So what I want to do, make enough room for a piece of cardboard. So we're going to take this cardboard, we're going to set this on here. This needs to get soldered. An extra wire, probably won't need that, but you know, just in case, I just went ahead and grabbed things I knew were possibly needed. These are the things I need. And of course, the soldering iron. Okay, so you need to absolutely try to make sure you're being safe. Not every soldering iron comes with one of these, but it's very nice to have one. This holds your solder iron. It is a great way to kind of keep your iron out of the way as it cools down or as it's heating up. So we're going to go ahead and plug this up. Hope it doesn't blow up. And we're going to let that heat up. Once that heats up, we'll be ready to install this speaker. Okay, so while waiting for it to heat up, I'm gonna pull this off, and I believe nothing is fully marked, at least on the speaker itself. It's really good. I don't know how well that looks. I don't know if the focus is fixing it, but basically we're going to turn it this way. They're not labeled, but it should be laid out exactly this way. Most speakers are done the same way. The original speaker was this here, and this here. That's how we're going to solder it, and knock on wood, that's going to be correct. Pull this out for now. Don't need it in there right this second. Oh, this wire. I mean, it's good wire. I don't like how it doesn't want to stick in there. I might have to hold it down as I solder it, but which can be a problem because, you know, I'm going to have to run this up like this. Hopefully this is good. I do have different types of points, but I like to flatten like this for most jobs like this. This is a very simple kind of solder job. You're just, you know, the point is to basically stick it there, apply heat. That's one. It should be in there pretty good. I forgot to put this on. That was pretty dumb of me. So you want to use this. Oh yeah, it's actually pouring more than I realized. It's not really any such thing as using too much. I guess you technically probably could, but I would say that you're most likely not going to use too much. Alright, I just want to kind of turn that. I am not a professional at all, so if you know a better way of doing this, absolutely do that. But with that said, we turn over. Seems pretty clean. It looks like it worked out pretty good. The speaker should be attached appropriately. We should hear it after we plug it up. I just wanted to touch that up a little bit at this point. And of course, when you are done with your soldering iron, you want to unplug it. I'm gonna set this over on a separate table so it can cool it. Okay, now with that out of the way, like I said, I know it's not the most professional way of doing it, but if it works, it works. I am not a professional. This is not a to-do-it-yourself kind of video. It's a, hey, watch me and see if we're successful kind of video, you know? So I soldered it in exactly the way it's supposed to be soldered in. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna reattach this cable like so. Okay, now we can reattach this because we have this now. I've kind of waited till this point to put the double-sided adhesive. Not entirely sure how this is supposed to go, but I assume you would put it on the back of this. I don't know if they want you to put it on the back of this before you put the mount on, but with the opening like that, I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm gonna stick the back of this to this and assume that it's supposed to all hold in place from that. Okay, this looks like it's obviously supposed to go on the screen, so I feel like I made a mistake, but it is what it is. Also, it looks like this is supposed to break off somehow. Oh, it does. It's just really tough. Oh, I'm going to go ahead just to kind of hold it in place. This here, like so. And this has got to go on top. Like I said, I don't know if this part of it is correct. If it's not, you can tell me in the comment section below. You can send me a link to a video where they've done it properly. I did watch a video, but this part was actually not in the video I watched. We're gonna stick it in there like that. We gotta get this in. Probably should have done this first, but I should be able to get it. I do have tweezers somewhere, not on me, but I do highly recommend when you're doing the no stress ribbon or whatever you call that deal with these clips. It is highly recommended that you use tweezers. Use tweezers for not the kind that are super sharp, but the ones that like they're dull, so they won't break the cable. They're sold in electronic kits all the time. So we're gonna twist this until we can fit it into place. Oh, I needed to go in first. This fits in a specific way, I see. They give you more slack than you actually need, which is actually not bad at all. That's actually kind of a good thing. A little extra slack is definitely fantastic in my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw things in. For that, we need this screw. Not lose my membrane to my old one. Okay, so I'm done with it so far. You should have 2 extra screws because you had to cut out the posts which were up top. The Game Boy, honestly, in my opinion, I think everyone kind of knows it, the Game Boy had way more screws than actually necessary. In fact, probably went without all these screws in. But that's the majority of the hack. Now, what is left is to put it back together and to see if it indeed works. So let's, for a final time, reattach this annoying cable. And yes, this cable can be very annoying. Doing this gives you a lot of slack if you hold it this way. So highly recommend doing this. And like, it's best to have kind of tweezers to help you hold it, but push it with your fingers and try not to force it with anything metal. There you go. That should be good. So one last look on the inside before we close it. And let's close it up. Alright, so sorry about all that noise. I'm gonna pull my microphone right here in front of me, and I hope you can see it pretty well. The Game Boy, I mean. You have this over here, and it clicks in as well, so it's pretty solid. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna turn the volume up. We're gonna see if it explodes when we turn it on. Alright, So far, no explosion. Alright, so... Okay, I can already tell that I don't like the contact pads. The new ones, I don't like them. They don't feel right. Maybe if I do this, break it in. We'll see. Speaker sounds clean. We'll know when the music starts. That sounds way better. It's way louder. Alright, I'm gonna turn it down on that. It seems like my microphone is actually not capturing it because NVIDIA broadcast is not, it's like filtering out most of the Pokemon noise. So for that section, I apologize for it. Let me stand up so I can see the camera and kind of show this off. Alright, so you see it looks good. This is brightness. Me tap on it. Looks pretty good. So something I wanted to try was, there's ways to change the color, and I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how that works actually, but I can. Oh, now I'm doing it. Oh, I think I get it. It's inverted. So very, very cool. You have, this is very, very cool how you got the different colors, and they're all different. So I think if I click that, it turns back to brightness. Click it, and yeah, there's so many colors. That's what it was. So many colors, and so many of them look similar. So you can literally pick any shade you want, and it's pretty great. It's really bright. I don't know how this will last on battery, but you can turn it down. You turn it down. So that's all the way down. And yes, it's hard to see right now with all the lights and stuff. Hold on. But you see, I turn the light off. This is the lowest brightness, and it is very, very dim, but it's very clear. You can see things. Let's show you. You can see oak really well. Pardon my language, I've not cussed a whole lot, but this is badass. It's really nice, and I'm glad I did this. I'm very, very glad I did this. So I turned a gift from an old friend into one of the absolute best Pokemon machines, or really Game Boy, anything Game Boy. I think I found the actual black and white, which looks super clean on this. Definitely, if you have an old Game Boy like this, or really any kind of Game Boy of any variant, because they have different kits. But if you have a DMG that you'd like to get up and running again, this was not too bad. It was I want to say $58 for the kit. I went ahead and changed the speaker. I'm glad I did, because this speaker sounds so much better than the one that was in there. So I'm super happy I changed it. If you know how to solder two wires, and you think you can handle most of what you've seen in the video, absolutely go to Retro Game Repair Shop. I will suggest it. I will suggest this company. Just be aware that if your screen does not work after you install it, they will not take it back after you do an install. But there's the website. If you don't feel like you can do this, you can obviously pay someone else to do it. They tell you to test the kit before the installation. What I did at the very start of the video is a way to test it before you actually install it. But once you fully install it and put it in there, they don't want to mess with it. But I will say the kit I got did not come with the back mount that I put on it, so that will have to be purchased separately for a few dollars as well. But all in all, I spent about $70 after shipping, and it's totally worth it. The Game Boy's been completely restored. I'm super excited. It's like brand new, and I have the old parts put up. I can see the screen. This is glass, which is nice. So glass doesn't scratch like plastic does, so you don't have to worry as much about scratches. You can worry about things falling on it and keeping it clean and stuff. And you have to worry about dropping it. Like if you drop this on its face, it will crack. So I will say that that's the bad thing about it being a glass lens, is that if you drop it on its face, it's going to crack. But as long as you don't do that, you're good. Also, the last thing I'm going to say before I end the video and do my full outro is that I had to do some physical modifications to the case. So underneath the lens, I don't know if I showed it earlier, but I had to cut that out for the screen to fit properly. You didn't have to cut out as much as I did. I went way overboard, but I was thinking better safe than sorry. As long as there was enough room for the adhesive for the glass lens to settle in, I was happy with it. So be do be advised that you're gonna have to cut out a very small portion of it, and you're gonna have to cut out the screw stands behind here as well. All in all, very easy project, very worth it. And if you have an old DMG Game Boy and you want to bring it back to life, this is the way to do it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave comments down in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about this. Tell me if you're interested in more mods like this. Definitely not something I can do often, but I look for, I like doing stuff like this. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and I'll put more content out like this. Anyway, you guys stay nerdy out there. Peace.